Hello and welcome to the Day Tradester. Got a question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready to get control of your future? Are you ready to enter the stock market? Are you ready to make money in this bull run? Some analysts are predicting that this bull run will last 2 more years. So would you like to make money as it climbs higher and higher and higher? Some analysts are predicting that it's going to last 5 years. But if we just look at this year, there are a great many number of analysts who are predicting that this market by the end of this year will be somewhere between 7,000 and 7,500. And my hope is that I might be able to help you on your path to financial freedom. And that is why I show you my swing trades every day that the market is open. That's why I make these videos. So with that, it's time to sell some stocks. As usual, we're going to start on our S&P 500 index charts. And you can see this is as the day has progressed. It's just been a beautiful green up day. Right now we are at the highest point, $6,498.93. It's an all-time high for the S&P 500. And if you're in the markets with me, then you know how I feel, because you probably feel as good as I do. It's exciting to watch your portfolio grow. It's exciting to be making profits. Well, yesterday afternoon, I showed you the earnings releases for the 4 stocks that we had prior to earnings yesterday, and I want to go back to that chart today. I want to show you what results, what we're looking at for today. And if we expand each of these out by double-clicking in the box, you can see. So part of what I've been trying to show is the volatility of stocks during earnings. So here you can see this was the earnings release. Snow was the only one that actually went up and stayed up for the afternoon. The other 3 went down. As you can see, this went up and then ultimately went down for the afternoon. But this morning, we've had a complete turn on the other 3. Well, on 2 of them at least. Snow just continues to keep going up. We've got some shares of Snow. We actually only have 1 share of Snowflake. I would like to have more, and I might buy in if I'm able to sell some stocks and there aren't any other stocks to purchase. CrowdStrike, it went from 423. It saw an immediate, pretty much a $45 drop. But then fortunately, as today started, it's just been climbing up. So we are, in reference to CrowdStrike, we've got 2 shares of CrowdStrike. We're still $60 below our purchase price. We purchased CrowdStrike before Liberation Day back in early April. But HP, as you can see here, is higher than our close of yesterday. Let's remove this drawing. And NVIDIA, we're still low. However, since NVIDIA is the big bad boy on the block in reference to AI and chips, we certainly will get that back at some point, and it probably won't be long for NVIDIA to climb back up. But with that, let's go back to our Day Tradester chart and start looking at stocks that have hit our alerts for possible sell. And let's take a look at our first one, which is Johnson & Johnson, J&J. Now we've got, currently we are at $175. We're between our fast moving average and our slow moving average, but we had a cross and we absolutely have continuation down. So that's a great opportunity to sell. Now I currently have 4 shares, which is 1 share for each book of totaling 4 books. So we're going to sell 1 share, make a modest profit. Hopefully it'll go at $175.50, and it did. And so at $175.50, I purchased. The closest purchase price without going over the current price was $169.95. We will round that up to $170, so we will call that $5.50 profit. McDonald's is going to be the next one on our list. McDonald's, and I know right now this is below my purchase prices of all 4 shares that we have. We have 1 share per book. Now we had a price alert yesterday when price moved below our fast moving average, and we do have a continuation down. We opened lower, however, with price going up. It's not a true continuation because we now have price higher than our close yesterday. So it is an alert, but it's not a true 100% continuation. So I'm not going to even set a sell order. Tomorrow, if we get continuation, then I'll set a sell order and we'll go from there. Next on the list is XLU. We looked at this yesterday and I said if we have price continuation down, I'll be selling out of all 16 shares. For me, I have a policy that when we get continuation after the fast moving average crosses below the slow moving average, if I have any stocks that I can sell at a profit, I will sell all of them. However, I cannot sell four. We currently bought at $86.07. So these will be the only four. I will be able to sell 12 at a profit. All right, so we're going to get these 12 taken care of. There's 10. We're going to bump that up to 12, and we'll see if these sell at $84.95. And they did. So at $84.95, I bought at an average price, those 12 shares, at roughly $82.50. So we're looking at roughly $2.50 rounded up of profit per share. That is a nice $30 profit on those 12 shares. I will place a sell order for these four just in case price turns back around and spikes up. If it continues down, sometimes we have a spike up. So we'll go over here to our watch list, scroll down to XLU. It'll be highlighted. We're going to right click, and this is our Thinkorswim platform. We want to sell. We're going to set a sell order for 4. And our purchase price was at $86.07. So we're going to take 10% of the 80s place, which is 8 cents. We're going to add 8 cents to our purchase price. So our sell price is going to be $86.15. So we'll come down here, $86.15. We're going to be selling 4 with a sell order. Good till cancel, extended hours, confirm and send. And there's our sell order. If price spikes up, great, and it triggers before it continues to head down, we'll sell those. We'll have more money in our pool to be able to buy upward moving stocks. And if not, we'll just hold on to these. Now with stock market going up, and the majority of the stocks that I have are going up as well, along with the market, those are the only stocks that actually hit any type of alerts for a possible sell. We do have one stock that's going to earnings this afternoon, so we'll take a look at that, and that's Dell, D-E-L-L. And with Dell, what are we looking at? We do have price moving up right now, so that's good. That's a good position for us to be in. We currently have 4 shares. Now that's 2 shares for 2 books total. We currently have sell orders for all 4 shares. So we're going to cancel one of these books. We're going to cancel the most costly book, which is 140.55. Now, if you've already been watching some of my videos and you know what I do during earnings, you can fast forward probably 30 seconds. I'm going to explain right now to those that might be watching this for the first time. Anytime we have an earnings on any stock that we have, I like to sell, I try to sell at least half of the books or half of the shares that I own. And in this particular case, we had 4 shares. So I put a sell order for 2 of them. Now, if I was able to make a profit and I was able to sell those 2, then we would have had a modest profit. However, since I can't sell, I at least want to have a sell order just in case, as I previously stated for the other stocks. If this wants to go down, there could be a spike that grabs this, triggers a buy, triggers and... Oh, let me slow down a bit. That actually triggers this sell order, then we will be at a small profit, 10-cent profit. But again, that money will become available for use to purchase stocks that are in an upward momentum. Because we look for stocks that are in an upward momentum once we have money available to make purchases. All right, well, that is all of the stocks that we need to look at for a possible sell. We're now going to move on over to our buy alerts. Today, just like yesterday, we've got a lot more buy alerts than we actually have money for. But before we start buying, could you please click that like, share, and subscribe buttons? All right, and the first one we're going to look at is McKesson. That's MCK. And with McKesson, we had a cross, we'll say late afternoon, but we'll just call it yesterday. We had a cross yesterday of the fast moving average over the slow moving average, which is a pretty good indicator. However, it appears to be in a long downward trend. It's been going down since July 9th. We also have reducing momentum of the, so overall price movement is slowing down. We also have our indicators, our signal line and our MACD line. They are both below the midline of the histogram, which that also is not a great sign. Not only do we have the price that crossed, we do not have continuation. We actually have price moving back down. So all of this information, we also have RSI also in a downward trend. RSI is not that strong of an indicator on direction when we're about midpoint of the range. Tomorrow it can change either direction. The biggest signals that we have, information we want to look at, is the MACD and the price movement itself on the chart. And with this bit of information, we are not going to be purchasing McKesson. We'll move on to LMB. LMB is Limbach Holdings, LMB. So Limbach Holdings, we have price. The fast moving average crossed the slow moving average. We'll call it yesterday. We also have we had a continuation in price at the open, but price is falling today and it fell below the close of our candle yesterday. And when we have this situation, I do not call that a true continuation, so we will not be purchasing Limbach Holdings. All right, so next on our buy list, we have an alert for Apple. Okay, we have price crossed 3 days ago. We had a continuation yesterday. We just didn't have any money because we didn't sell any stocks yesterday. We didn't have any money to purchase this, but we have price continuation today. I currently have 3 shares. When I'm maxed out, I have 1 share per book for the 4 books. So we're going to buy 1 share at the $232.96, hopefully. There we go, $232.96. Mark that on my list. All right, so I just bought that, and I just added a sell order because I added Apple to my day trading list. If you're new to the video, the strategy that I'm showing you is a swing trading strategy. We look for crosses of the averages of the fast moving average over the slow moving average on this time frame of a day, on the daily time frame. And we look for opportunities to buy, hoping to be able to sell at a cross later on, and hopefully we'll be able to selling at a profit. If we're unable to sell at a profit, we just place sell orders and wait until price comes back up. Like this particular stock, let's see, been holding on to this. We bought that on August 19th. Actually, I'm mistaken. That's when we placed the sell order. I've been holding on to this 1 share of Apple since before Liberation Day. Maybe even have been holding it all the way back to January of this year. So sometime probably in January or February is when we purchased this particular share. But the point is when we find a cross like this, we bought in, when we bought some stocks probably back here shortly after the cross, and now we're looking at a modest profit, and hopefully it'll keep moving in an upwards direction. So when it does come back down, we'll be able to sell at a profit. But since I added Apple to my day trading list, there's roughly 32 stocks that I have that I try to day trade with. And if I have some stocks that aren't moving and haven't moved for a couple of days, I'll add one. And since we just bought this, that's what this sell order is for. If price goes up and it sells, I'll wait until price comes back down later in the day and I'll buy back in. But that is what this sell order is for. But for the purpose of the video and inspiring you and helping you make better trades, I record my swing trading activities every day. And in reference to my swing trading activities for the day, Apple is the only stock that I could buy. I actually purchasing this 1 share of Apple at $232 that exceeded the profits that we made from our 2-day trades from both Johnson & Johnson and the XLU ETF. And that's fine. I have a little bit of money, and this is money that I use for day trading purposes. But if you've been following me for the short time I've been making videos and you were able to purchase any of either Johnson & Johnson or XLU prior to not prior to, but in conjunction with. So if you did purchase any of these, either Johnson & Johnson or XLU along with me, you thought that I might be of use by putting my videos up and you chose to make the purchase, then it's possible that you also, when you sold, you made a little profit. If you did, reach out in the comments and let me know. All right, since we're done with all of our alerts, we're going to go back to the base chart of SPX for the S&P 500. We've got an all new high again since we started this video. But for now, we're going to take a look at we'll take a look at the few things that we did today. We sold shares of Johnson & Johnson and the ETF XLU. We put a sell order on Dell, and we bought 1 share of Apple. So that is our day trading activities for the day. And now we'll take a look at what I've done for the day in reference to my trade profits and our portfolio performance. Now, given the 2 stocks that we sold, Johnson & Johnson XLU, that ETF for utilities, that probably amounted to total probably less than $30. So this $781.97 is mainly, almost all of it, through day trading. Like I said, I day trade on this account as well. I want to maximize my earnings potential. So I work 2 strategies in this account. So we're looking at roughly $740 from day trading on this account. Today, the portfolio, we are performing just roughly 0.30% better than the S&P 500. Again, totaling up this closed account. I closed this account on August 18th and transferred everything over to the new account. So we're looking at roughly 17.6% performance so far this year on our account compared to the S&P 500 at roughly 11.6. So we're still performing 6% better than the S&P 500. So that's great news. So we'll close these out. And we finished today at a record all-time high, $6,501.86. And there we go. We've got another trading day down. I hope that by watching my videos that I'm either inspiring you or I'm actually helping you. Maybe you're copying some of my trades. But with that, I hope you guys have an awesome Thursday evening.